Hi everyone, this is Group 20 and we are representing the Health Promotion Program P.L.A.Y San Diego. The goal of our program is to ultimately increase health awareness in elementary schools. We aim to create awareness regarding the risk of obesity, as well as reduce the incidence of obesity among children residing in the southern San Diego region. We have many objectives while carrying out this program. The process objective is to implement the intervention in 5 schools in the lower income southern San Diego area, with the majority of the population being Hispanic. Further, we have 2 impact objectives. The first being at the end of the program, 75% of children involved in the intervention will be able to incorporate 5 servings of fruits and vegetables into their diet daily. The second impact objective states that at the end of the program, 75% of children involved will be able to incorporate 30 minutes of physical activity per day. The outcome objective is that by the year 2020, 20 schools will be offering the P.L.A.Y program on their grounds. We have 3 evaluation questions regarding the amount of exercise, knowledge of nutrition, and self-efficacy between the experimental group and comparison group at the end of the program. Our conceptual model is based on the social cognitive theory. This model illustrates the reciprocal relationship between the personal, environmental, and behavioral factors. The primary outcomes of this model are that the children involved will learn healthy eating habits and learn the importance of daily activity. We hope that they will then continue to educate their peers and family members, as well as know which foods to choose at their local market. We have chosen to work with an experimental pre-test, post-test research design. Our sample consists of 300 students total from 10 different schools with 30 students selected from each school. We randomly selected 5 schools to implement the intervention program, as well as 5 schools that do not have an after-school health promotion program. The independent variable represents which cohort each individual belongs to, either the schools receiving the intervention or the schools not receiving the intervention. The dependent variable includes the children's knowledge of nutrition, increased physical activity, and self-efficacy. Children participating in the program were asked to complete a pre-program questionnaire that assessed prior knowledge of nutrition, exercise habits, and confidence in both of these areas. Upon completion of the program, the kids were asked to fill out the same questionnaires. At this point, we are able to determine what the students have taken from the program and how it has changed their behavior. Based on the data we gathered, we are interested in inferential statistics to determine whether or not our program changed the health outcomes. We conducted 3 separate t-tests to compare the experimental and comparison groups as they related to knowledge of nutrition, physical activity, and self-efficacy. Regarding our hypothesis, the null represents that there is no statistical significance between the control or comparison group after the intervention. The alternative represents that there is a difference between the groups. At alpha level 0.05, we reject the null hypothesis for all 3 t-tests that compare the experimental group to the control group. With a p-value of 0.03, we reject the null hypothesis at alpha level 0.05. There is statistical evidence to conclude that there is a difference in knowledge of nutrition. After the P.L.A.Y program, students demonstrated an increase in nutritional knowledge. At p-level 0.04, we reject the null hypothesis at alpha level 0.05. There is sufficient evidence to conclude that there is a difference in physical activity after the intervention. After the program, we find that the amount of exercise a child partakes in increases by 15 to 30 minutes a day as compared to the control group. We also reject the null hypothesis at alpha level 0.05 with a p-value of 0.02. The results are statistically significant. When asked how confident they felt on a scale of 1 to 10, the experimental group revealed a much higher increase in confidence than compared to the control group. We can interpret that the children in the experimental group demonstrated a 35% increase in knowledge of nutrition, engaged in an average of 30 minutes of physical activity, and demonstrated a 3.2 increase in self-efficacy. The limitations are as follows. Our study was self-reported, which could affect the accuracy of the student responses in the questionnaires. Some students may be absent from the program sessions, which affects the entire cohort's data. And the maturation of students may affect their dietary decisions or decisions to engage in physical activities. Thankfully, P.L.A.Y. San Diego was a huge success in increasing knowledge of nutrition and physical activity among children aged 5 to 11 years old in the southern San Diego area. This program will in turn aid in decreasing childhood obesity. That concludes our presentation. Thank you.